Happy Earth Day! Today is April 22nd, 2020. Oh, what did I forget? Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. Today I have a recycling story for us to read, and then we're going to think about what we can use things for at home before we throw it away. Think, can I use this for something else? That's basically what recycling means. Reusing something. You're like a circle, like a cycle goes over and over and over. Like the water cycle we talked about in science class. I think JJ said it goes over and over and over. Recycling, something that you can use again over and over instead of throwing it away. So the story is called Recycle by Gayle Gibbons. It is a non-fiction story, which means it is true or make-believe. It is true. It's going to tell us facts about why we should recycle and how that helps the earth. More and more garbage. Every day, people throw away trash. As the world population increases, more people throw trash away. Garbage trucks come to pick it up, but where does all the trash go? Most of it is hauled into landfills. A landfill is a place where garbage is dumped in heaps from garbage trucks. Some landfills are lined on the bottom with a layer of clay soil that is covered with plastic. So if you see where the garbage truck is, he's up here. So this is being dumped into this big hole that was dug under the ground. So basically our garbage is going into the ground. Bulldozers push the garbage into neat piles. Then they cover it up with dirt so that it won't smell and so that the animals and bugs will stay away. So when the hole gets full, the bulldozer comes in, pushes everything down, and then covers it up with dirt. Most people don't want landfills near where they live, and besides, there is so much garbage now that in many places there isn't enough room to bury all of the trash. Where can it all go? One solution is to cut down on the amount of trash that we have. We can do this by recycling some of our garbage to make into new things. Recycling means reusing materials instead of throwing them away. Paper is something that you can recycle. It takes a lot of trees and energy to make paper. In fact, people in the United States cut down 850 million trees to make paper products each year. When the trees are cut down, they are turned into wood chips. The wood chips are mixed with chemicals and water to make pulp. The pulp is spread over a moving screen to make a thin layer of fibers. When the layer of fibers dries, it turns into paper. Newspaper, boxes, magazines, and many other things are made from paper. When these things are through being used, they shouldn't be thrown away. They should be recycled. Most towns and cities have recycling centers where bundles of old paper can be dropped off. In some places, trash collectors pick up the bundles of paper and take them away for recycling. Old paper can be turned back into pulp and made into new recycled paper. using less energy than it takes to produce the new paper. Recycling paper saves trees and forests, which make oxygen and help the air stay clean. Saving forests protects the homes of many animals too. Glass. It takes lime, soda ash, and sand to make glass. These three elements are mixed together and heated at a very high temperature to make a glassy liquid. Measured amounts, sometimes dyed, are dropped into forming machines where the liquid hardens to make bottles and jars. Many products come in glass bottles or jars. Sometimes when they are through being used, they are just thrown away. It would take thousands of years for them to biodegrade at a landfill. That means for them to break down and disappear, kind of. Instead, these bottles and jars can be reused or recycled. Many bottles are returnable. When they get returned, most of the time the bottles are sent back to the company that made them, where they are sterilized and refilled. Sometimes the bottles are recycled into new glass. It takes much less energy and creates less pollution to make new glass from old glass. I'm sorry. Most cans are made from aluminum. It takes many energy resources and creates pollution to produce pure aluminum. First, there's a mineral that is mixed with soda ash and lime. When the mixture is put under pressure, aluminum is left. Then it is heated and poured into special molds to make the cans. Many products such as soda and food are sold in aluminum cans. Often when the cans are empty, they are just thrown away. It takes about 500 years for an aluminum can to totally disappear in a landfill. But these aluminum cans can be reused, recycled. Like glass bottles, many cans can be returned for a deposit refund. After the cans are returned, they are sent to plants to be ground into small metal chips. These chips are melted down and made into aluminum bars, which are pressed into thin sheets of recycled aluminum. The sheets are then sold to can makers to make new cans. It takes much less energy and makes less pollution to make new aluminum from old aluminum. Plastic. Plastic bottles, plastic bags, plastic containers. Most plastic is made from something called polymers. The plastic is heated and sometimes dyed and poured into molds. A big problem with plastic is that it doesn't disintegrate. It doesn't break down. It can last forever. So instead of being allowed to fill the landfills, litter roadsides, and harm wildlife, plastic can be recycled and used again. Like glass bottles and aluminum cans, some plastic bottles can be returned also for money. These bottles will be sent away to be recycled and made into new plastic. If more and more people learn to recycle, there will be less garbage and our planet will be safer and healthier. Recycling can become a habit that is fun and easy. Do any of you guys recycle at your house? I bet you do. We recycle our cans and our water bottles and our soda bottles. And if we have any food that comes like in a box, like frozen pancakes or crackers, Little Debbie cookies, pasta, any of those. And I've actually bought purses and wallets that have been made from recycled materials. There's jewelry that's been made from recycled materials. So there's lots of things that they can take your paper and your cans and your plastic and your glass and make into new things instead of filling up our landfills, which are in the ground, which could eventually hurt animals and take away their habitats, which we had talked about the other day. So I have a little thing here. It's called Reuse It, and it has some common things that you probably have at your house for you to think about. Instead of throwing away, what else could you use it for? Because you can't, take a soda can and make it into a new soda can at your house. Some things the recycling plant needs to do. But there are some things you could reuse at your house. An empty paper towel roll. We had talked about that before. You can use, they're the cylinder shape. So you could use it for a telescope. You could use it for a magic wand. You could put a star on the top of it. You could make it into pretty much anything that you wanted to. An old t-shirt. I actually cut up an old t-shirt yesterday because I'm going to use it to try to sew to make some masks for us to wear for when we go out. An old ketchup bottle you could rinse out, and you could actually use it as a paint bottle, and then you could squeeze out a little bit of paint when you want to use it. You could just put one color in it, obviously, unless you want to, like tie-dye and have a bunch of colors in there. A round potato chip can, like a Pringles can. If mom or dad helped you, you could cut a little piece in the top of the plastic lid and make it into a bank. It also has a cloth grocery bag, which is like a tote bag you could use to take to the library to get library books. I use different tote bags when I bring things into school. So a tote bag you can use to carry so many things in. So just think about it. The next time you're going to throw something away, think, can I reuse this for something? And if you think yes, make sure it's cleaned out, or make sure you ask mom or dad, hey, can I clean this out so I can use it for whatever you want to use it for? But those would be great ideas to help you guys help protect the earth by having there be less things that you're throwing away. All right, so remember, recycle. All right, happy Earth Day. I hope you all recycle, reuse something at home, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.